welcome back. This is going to be a timeless general message. Thank you for being here. So this could resonate for whenever it does find you, all right, regardless of day or time. We are going to be talking about shadow work here, all right? So the first card coming out from the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle deck is Lilith. And this is all about facing your shadow, okay? So first of all, as this talks about healing taboo emotions and stepping into your light, that's what this is going to be about. So we're going to talk a little bit about shadow work. If you've ever heard of that, what resists persists. All right, shadow work is self-improvement. What are you hiding from? Or more, to ask a different way here, you may say, I'm not hiding from anything. Well, what are you embarrassed about? These thoughts, embarrassments, ideas about yourself and how you feel about yourself because of these shadows. These thoughts take up a lot of room in your subconscious, all right? So it's, so we have these 60,000 thoughts a day, and 80% of them are repeating thoughts, this cycle of thoughts on loop over and over. They're in our subconscious, so this can be shadow work. Let's talk about that. It comes in many forms. Journaling, life coaching, therapy, meditation, retreats. Those are all forms of shadow work, and they all lead to the same outcome. So however you are doing this deep dive into your shadow, facing these emotions, aligning with your higher self, what if you eliminated all that baggage that you carry around with you? Think of the hot air balloon, right? The sandbags that hold it down. What if you were to be able to cut off that baggage, those emotions, those fears, those anxieties that are weighing you down, keeping you from flying high, from soaring, all right? So that's what we're going to be talking about. So are you becoming the highest version of yourself that you can imagine? Or are you defaulting into maybe the lowest level that you can accept here? All right. So if we're talking about shadow work, we can't talk about that without talking about trauma. All right. And when we mention trauma, what might pop into your head are the worst case scenarios, that refugee camp or that soldier returning from war. And while you probably haven't been in a refugee camp, you could be a soldier returning, but your trauma doesn't have to be that intense. Don't compare. It's not the trauma Olympics, okay? So even if you hadn't experienced those worst case scenarios that you think of when you hear the word trauma, your worst thing that you have been through is still your worst thing. So don't compare your trauma to others. If you are thinking about it, if you are dwelling on it, it is a big deal, okay? So maybe this was an unsupportive parent as a kid. Maybe this was bullying in school. Whatever your trauma is, it is your trauma. All right. All right. So just, don't compare traumas here. And the only way that you'll access that light to face your shadow side here, everything that has been maybe censored or stifled or denied, any deep-seated rage or anger or shame, fear, wounds, feeling unworthiness. It comes in all shapes and forms, all right? So perhaps you've labeled these feelings as taboo, all right? And never felt able to accept and work through them. This is all about releasing self-judgment, looking into your hidden self, and releasing emotion, unlocking your creativity, your potential, your passion, illuminating your talents. What have you been keeping under wraps here? All right. What has been a blockage? All right. So don't be afraid to face these emotions, to take a look at what your blockages are, what your shadow is here. All right. So that was a big introduction here on shadow, but that's what we're going to be getting into here today. So let's take a look. Facing your shadow here. All right. This one really wants to come out. And we have achievements. We have crystals coming out. We have caution here. And we're going to take this one. And we have abundance. So you may be looking into some energy healing. Also, the caution here is about not moving too fast. You know, you can't rush this. It's like baking cupcakes. You can't take them out before they're done or they're going to be mush. All right, so this is not something that we can rush through. Also, we're talking about energy aligning here. You may be really into crystals also here. So you may be looking into some Reiki or some energy work here. I'm sort of feeling, all right? And with the cowrie shell, we're talking about abundance. So we're looking to add abundance in. We're looking to achieve that here as an end goal here, all right? We're working through our resistance, our blockages, slowly, little achievements at a time, shifting our mindset, reprogramming our thoughts, how we talk about ourselves. Words are so important right now. It's like you have this end goal here, right? And you know, you say to yourself, I would really love this job I'm putting a resume out for, but I'll probably never get it. Well, right there you're putting resistance in the way of your desire here. All right, why don't you feel you're going to get it? Why do you feel unworthy? Why do you feel that it's not going to work out? Same thing with a relationship or with anything else here. All right. That is way too many. I'm actually just going to keep this one here that separated itself from the group. Present power, coming into your present power, stepping into the driver's seat here. I do feel like that's our end goal here, working through this shadow energy here, moving slowly. And we have the card, this is a cycle card of decrease, transformation at the bottom of the deck here. All right, so present power. Now I'm feeling the Chariot card here, and I'm feeling like you're going to find it by the end of the year. Now, I know that this message is timeless, yes, but the Tiger here, and I'm just feeling like by the end of the year, somebody is stepping into their power here. This is present energy. This is what we're looking at here, all right? And also, we have this card of decrease, all right? So we're going to talk about decrease now and what that means. So this is the cycle of reducing energy, all right? This card can reveal a period of real or emotional restriction here, all right? So there could be some personal reduction in your life as well. Now, this can come as, you know, a child leaving the house, going to college, or getting married and moving away. So a decreasing, a movement, a departure here, all right? In its most extreme state, decrease card can be the severing of a relationship or the loss of a job. Now, don't panic. This isn't telling you if you are in a relationship or have a job here that you're going to lose it. So that is not what I'm saying. But something is could be changing here, but you are still, you hold the power of your responses in that change. So let yourself go inward, regroup. This is a time to let go, to trust, to regain your strength here. We do see that lion, that strength, and I feel like it's the end, this time of year. This is time to step into your power and regain here. It's like moving through this time with awareness. Your actions now create this energetic shift that's going to carry you through to the expansion yet to come. All right. So, don't let your value slip away, slip through your hands here. All right. That's the message I hear coming out of this. Your value slipping away. Don't let that slip away. All right. Because you're very powerful here, and you're going to be stepping into your power. All right. Working through those blockages. So let's see what we have coming out here. All right. For you, viewer. All right. Let's get into this. Tell me more about this situation. What do we need to know here? Death. I mean, you are in this transformation period. I mean, we talked about this here, right? The death card is that transformation. We go through here. The death card is all about letting go of the past so that we can have a new beginning. Severing ties with what is no longer working. Any past failures, any past self-doubt here. This is a new beginning, but we have to let go of the past, and that's why we're working through the shadow, finding those blockages here. So you are in this huge transformation, and you are going to come out the other side with this achievement, this newfound sense of abundance. And abundance can come in all forms. It doesn't have to be financial. A loving relationship, whatever it is, whatever abundance looks like for you here. We have the 8-8 here. We have 8 of discs and 8 of cups coming out. So I see here, is there something you need to return to that maybe you procrastinated on or didn't put effort into here? Something you walked away from that you want to wrap up, finish up here. All right. There's something that we're returning to. And it seems odd because I know we have that death card, which is all about leaving the past in the past so we can have this new beginning. But maybe for somebody, we need to have, we need to revisit something, because the 8 of Cups is about a departure, is about a leaving. In the reverse, it's returning to, coming back to something we missed, something we want to fix, we want to put effort into, something we want to revisit here and focus on. We didn't put enough effort into prior, or we didn't learn something we should have here. With the 8 of Pentacles is all about mastering a skill or learning or putting all of our effort into one project, working really hard on it here. But there's a return to something here. We need to revisit something. I mean, maybe we thought something was done and it's not. So if you've, I mean, this could be just a side note here. I mean, if you've handed in something, maybe take another look at the details or reread something here. You may have missed something, or we didn't put enough energy or effort into, there's a little bit of maybe procrastination or something along those lines here. We have the Two of Wands here. So you may be asking yourself if you want to revisit something. You may be at this fork in the road where you have the opportunity to go back and fix something. What's on the other side of this path here? I mean, some of you are standing at this fork in the road where you have the opportunity to step into the unknown here, or to go back to how things have always been done. The Teacher here. The Teacher is the Hierophant card. That's talking about our spiritual structures, learning about them, getting in touch with our higher selves, finding that inner guru, or receiving advice from somebody we trust here. But this is information that we're learning. We're pouring back into ourselves here for this awakening. I really feel like this is all about expansion here for you. Receiving guidance, receiving information and guidance. It doesn't even have to be from a person. This could just be from the universe. Signs and synchronicities here coming in. What is this? We have the Fool, the Six of Swords, and the Four of Discs. So you may have been holding on to something, a vision, an illusion here. We have the Four of Discs, which typically talks about holding on, holding back here. But I'm feeling the High Priestess here. It looks like the High Priestess card. And with the Six of Swords, this initiation, this movement here, the Six of Swords is normally about moving on to calmer shore from a chaotic time, overactive thoughts. We're being guided to a calmer place. But there's a sacrifice that needs to be made here. We need to leave something behind in order to have this new beginning. I mean, we see the sacrifice there. Not a great picture here, but there is a sacrifice. We're moving on from something. We're letting something go, something that is not beneficial. And it could be just an expectation that we held on to about how things had to go, how things had to be here. Something we've held on to for a long time, a mindset, a belief about ourselves here, because we're talking about shadow work, right? We've held on to this belief for a long time, but we're starting to see it's not benefiting us. It's not providing security, a foundation. It's not going to lead us to our desired goal or outcome. So we're letting this go. We're moving on so that we can embrace this new beginning, so that we can have this transformation here. All right, we need to let go of something. And if we're talking about shadow work, we're talking about an insecurity, a fear, something that we're possibly ashamed of, something that a trauma, you know. So if you think, going back to traumas, so think of, you know, definitely not judging yourself. All right, be kind to yourself here. But if you think about something traumatic happens, say you're a kid, something traumatic happens, you're all alone. So if you have somebody there to comfort you, you feel better, right? But say you're all alone, you're a kid, you have this traumatic event, and there's no one there to comfort. So there's no one there to sort of reframe the situation, right? So you start to internalize that trauma, and what happens is you carry it around with you, and you don't even know it. You're subconsciously carrying it around from years ago, and maybe you're not even aware of it. A lot of times shadow work is called inner child work too. So, you know, they go hand in hand here. So that's coming out for somebody here. We are looking to have this new beginning. We're looking to have a new adventure, to feel free, to trust in ourselves and the universe here. Honestly, the message here, it moves fast. Good news comes in, fast communication, fast movement right after this Fool, but it comes after we've let go of a way of thinking, a self-belief about ourselves here. There's something we need to let go in order to move on, something we've held on to for a long time. And I feel like we weren't even aware of it, maybe until now, until we've done this shadow work. You know, they say asking yourself why 3 times gets to the root of whatever it is we're trying to get to the root of. So, for example, you want this job, and I would really like to. I put my resume out, and I really hope I get this job, but I probably won't. Well, asking yourself why 3 times. Why don't you feel you'll get this job? Well, I don't feel I have enough knowledge in the area. Well, why don't you feel you have enough knowledge? Well, I feel like I need to take this class. It's like asking yourself why to get to the deeper root. Well, why? Why haven't you taken this class? Because I'm nervous of doing something different, of going back to school at my age. I'm too old, So it's like getting to the root. It's you could look it up. I forget where I heard it, but it's asking yourself. It's like the triple why, 3 whys to get to the root. Maybe it's something you want to look into here. Okay, so we have this release of past thoughts here, moving slowly, getting into the driver's seat, regaining our power, getting our power back, not letting that go, letting us feel drained here. All right. It's like learning how to align your thoughts, your actions, your words, and your emotions in order to manifest a desired outcome. We have the Justice card coming out. We're fast moving to rebalancing, making decisions, bringing something back into balance, into harmony, into something fair and honest here. I mean, the Justice card in the upright is a rebalancing. Wow. Because we are walking away from situations, people, mindsets, anything that is not for our best and highest. You are being guided, literally. I feel like Spirit is doing everything but literally picking you up and bringing you across here to that new land. This is the Ten of Swords. Normally the Ten of Swords in the Rider-Waite deck, you see somebody with 10 swords stuck in them. This isn't a betrayal. This isn't walking away from somebody that hurt you, that caused trauma. This is just walking away, making the decision, not feeling bad, not regret, walking away from what no longer serves you, what isn't for your best and highest here. All right, we don't have the swords in our back. This is just realizing your worth, realizing your power here. All right, I love that Ten of Swords card, because we're making the decision to walk away from what is not benefiting us, whether it's mindset, addictions, how we view ourselves, and literally, we're opening up that third eye. We are aligning ourselves with our intuition, learning to follow our intuition. Aces are new beginnings. We already saw the Fool card, which is a new beginning, trusting here. But wow, our alignment, this Ace of Wands, this is a creation here. This is a new beginning full of passionate energy, feeling that spark, gaining momentum, busting through those obstacles here. But following your intuition here is key, and that is what you are learning along this way. That is what you are achieving here. Wow. So we do have doing things a different way here. I feel like you're moving in silence here. All right. Yeah. So we have the Seven of Swords and the Devil. So the Seven of Swords is, I feel like somebody is, I read intuitively here, and all the cards are positive, except for the Seven of Swords and the Devil. So the Seven of Swords is that deceptive energy, right? And the Devil card, it indicates a roadblock, a brick wall that we find up against that we can't seem to get past. Whether it is an addiction, a mindset, a belief, a fear, lying to ourselves here. But we're learning about where those blockages lied here, and we're doing things differently. We have the Page of Swords. So we're learning about maybe we've been deceiving ourselves. We've been lying to ourselves, saying we're happy where we are, but we haven't actually been here. All right. We've been giving our energy. We've been not filling our own cup up. We've been in this decreased cycle, giving away our power. All right. Wow. We're learning how to believe in ourselves, how to have courage, how to pull ourselves out of this devil energy. Do things a different way. Yeah, being more honest with ourselves here is what's coming out of that Seven of Swords. Queen of Swords. I mean, I kid you not. This is about honesty. This is about being very truthful, matter of fact, honest with yourself. That's what I see here. Not letting emotions play a part in your decision here, and looking toward the future here. Anything else here? Two of Swords and Seven of Wands. So, wow, it was difficult. But I do see somebody setting healthier boundaries, standing up for what they believe in here. In fact, I see somebody who is able to like set those healthy boundaries and say no, right? Not let those energy vampires, those dark thoughts creep in. All right. Also, it's very important to set aside time and not spread yourself too thin, saying yes to everybody, keeping energy for yourself, right? Not letting people drain your energy so that you have nothing for yourself. So constantly giving your energy away, and not replenishing it, feeling drained, exhausted. All right, the message coming through is fill your cup up. Self-care here. In fact, we're going to pull advice here for what would the best advice be here. We have card number 40, which is the card of healing here. Wounds need to be acknowledged before they can heal. Well, that's been about this whole reading, pretty much. Especially those unseen, that shadow work, that is pretty much what we've been talking about here. So give yourself the time, space, and whatever is necessary to regain your wholeness. That's pretty much a summary of what we've been talking about. And of course, we have own your power, which is another thing we've been talking about here. Changing the world is easier after one learns to change oneself. And that is what you are doing. Become the change you wish to see and watch the world around you shift. It's like if you're looking for that perfect partner, taking the time to write down those characteristics or what you are looking for in that perfect partner, and then seeing your list of, however many things, those 10 items you wrote down or whatever, and then knowing that in order to call that partner in, you first have to become that list, that what you are looking for, becoming what you are looking for, and then using the law of attraction to call that in. But first, dealing with this shadow work, this blockage, these emotions that we need to heal, how we think of ourselves. What are we hiding? What are we embarrassed about? What don't we want to talk about? And let's get to the root cause of that, because that's creating the blockage here. All right. So, more work on shadow work can be found here on YouTube or in books here. I've only really just touched the surface, but that's what we're doing. That's what I see going on in this reading, and being patient with yourself, having self-control. I mean, that is taming the beast here, right? We're having self-control over possibly some addictive behaviors or obsessions or desires or fears or insecurities here. Learning to have self-control and be honest with ourselves here, all right? What we want, rebalancing what we need to walk away from in order to bring in that goal, that desire. All right, so that's what I have for you today. I'm going to end with one of these cards. I do love this deck, and there's so many that haven't come out yet. So let's see here. We have the Nectar of Now. Stop and drop into the marrow of the moment. The Nectar of Now, where all your multiple simultaneous lifetimes converge. Laser beam the wisdom you've accrued over millennia into the circumstances you are blessed to face with grace today. I sort of butchered that a little bit, but that's the message we're ending on today here. All right. The Nectar of Now, being in the present moment. Yeah, there's no more messages coming through here. So I must have touched on everything, all right, that I was meant to. Thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Take care.